Hi, it's been a while since I last filmed and uploaded anything. Not a great deal has happened. I've just been sort of settling back in at work and sort of getting things done. You can hear little Honey in the background. She's down at my knees. There's a little fly, and she's knocked the ring light. There's a little fly in the room, so you might hear her bouncing about and get up to mischief, because it's that time of year. Not much has happened, however I have started healthy eating and a diet plan. Well, it's not so much a diet, it's just more sort of eating healthier, cutting out the things that I enjoy but aren't really that great for me, or at least dramatically reducing them, in an attempt to sort of lose weight. I have started exercising more. I've started going to gym after work twice in my work rotation, with a couple of friends who work, and I've been going walks the last 2 days, yesterday and the day before. I was out with my auntie and I walked around a local loch, so did that twice, so that was 2 miles each day, which is a dramatic increase in what I've been doing. I think it has started to have an effect. It's maybe not as visible because obviously I've got you don't see much more than my shoulders and my face and neck, but hopefully soon that'll start to be more obvious. It's quite a difficult journey, because obviously sorry, I can see out in my car park, I can see people have arrived, so I'm going to sound like a complete weirdo talking to myself. So it has been a bit of a difficult journey. I have put on a lot of weight since my mum died 8 years ago. I wasn't slim before that, but I wasn't too bad. I was fine, but since then I put on a lot of weight. So it's been a long time to put it on, and it's going to take some time to take it off. I fully appreciate that. So it's just sort of sticking to it. I'm absolutely, on another note, I'm absolutely loving having the shorter hair. As you can see, it's been curled. I hadn't been able to do that in years. It's not tight curls or anything like that, it's just to get some more waves and movement into it. So that's what I've been doing. And I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice to just get it washed and dried, and I can style it or get it done much quicker, as opposed to having to wash it the night before, let it dry, and then wake up with a big wet clump here at the back of my head, which was the normal thing for me. So I'm enjoying that. I think I'm going to go and get a trim, not to take any length off it, but just to keep the ends tidy. I'll go back to the place I went to previously. They were very good, so I'll probably go back there. I don't know, there's not that much happening. I think the big thing has been the sort of weight loss thing, but it is difficult. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I think that, again, I can sort of feel that clothes are getting looser. There definitely is an instance where it is getting much looser. I got a dress back in March. I was going to wear it to a colleague's engagement party, but it didn't zip up, and it had about an inch at the back between when you zip it, about an inch at the sort of just above the waist, but it just wouldn't go any further. And now it does actually go, and I can zip it up with no real bother. I can do it by myself. Normally, I don't know what's happened to my wrist, but I've got a big lump in here. It's quite painful, and it's not giving me the mobility that I'm used to, so I need to watch that because I've had a lot of problems with my wrists in the past. Anyway, so I got this dress on. I was going to wear it to my friends. Work colleague friends went and do the other night there, and I put the dress on and it fit, and I was feeling so pleased with myself. And then I looked in the mirror and I realised that I was too white to wear it. That sounds like a really weird thing to say, but because I'm so light skinned, typically Scottish complexion, and it's a white dress with some red and blue flowers and things like that on it, I just looked like I was going to glow in the dark. So I had to change my plans and wear a black dress with orange and pink flowers. It was gorgeous, it was really bright, it looked amazing. I think it was the right choice. But it just felt good to be able to put that one on. So I just need to stick to it. I've got the honey cat back. I'll see if she can come up. Honey! You, come on. She's not really paying much attention. So that's basically what's been going on. Just show you my makeup. It doesn't look as good when I close my eyes, but yeah, but for sort of bright, bold, pink, purple, gold. Again, that's another one I'm going to be doing soon, is a sort of, not, well I suppose it's sort of like a mini review, because I don't go into great detail about everything I do or buy, unless that is something that really stands out and I can sustain that. I'll be doing a little sort of mini haul. Oh, there's Honey. I'll see if I can get her for you. Come on. Come on, Honey. Look, there you are. You're on camera. My pretty cat. Oh, there you go. You're so beautiful. Oh. So that's Honey. She's gorgeous, but she's naughty, aren't you? She likes to bite people, which is why I'm not trying to push it away from holding her and picking her up. And she likes to chase flies. There's one on the windowsill, so she's going for that, I think. No. Yeah, so you got to see Honey. As I say, my wrist hurts, it's hurting when I was holding her. I don't know if you can see it actually. It's just a big lump here that's not normally there. I can feel it. In the past I had a condition called Kienbock's disease. I started suffering from that when I was about 16 or 17, and it hurt for the rest of my final year at school, and then I went to college and it was still hurting, and I was diagnosed in the autumn when I went to college with a condition called Kienbock's disease, which basically means the lunate bone, which is in here somewhere, like right there in the wrist. It's just a small bone and it's sort of shaped like a moon, hence the name lunate bone. It had an interruption to the blood supply and the bone started to die, and it got to a stage that I'd had it so long and I just ignored it, that it was just a big milky mass. It was very, very ragged round the edge. The bone was more or less dead. The technical term is avascular necrosis of the lunate. So even when I go to doctors and say, well, it's this, and say, well, what does that mean? And you say avascular necrosis of the lunate bone, they know what you mean. It's very, very painful, very, very limited mobility on it. So it looks like the blood supply was interrupted and stopped, and that's why the bone started to die. There's two instances I can think of that it could have been. One, I was at in the park and I got on a ride and my wrist got trapped, and I was getting spun around and round and round for about 5 minutes with my wrist trapped at the harness. The guy wasn't close enough to stop it, so yeah, so it could have been that, or I fell down the stairs and just before I fell and like hit the ground, I put my arm up to try and grab the banister, and my arm went in between and pulled back, and I had a big bruise, like the entire there of my arm was bruised. It was horrible. So this happened a couple of months before this, and before I started having any pain or any symptoms. So yeah, it was quite a distressing thing, especially since it's quite an unusual condition. That I thought the worst was going to happen. The internet wasn't as big at that time as what it is just now, so I looked on Google with my mum, and it was all stuff coming out from America. It was worst case scenarios where they were removing the bone and they're putting in pins and they're doing things, people weren't getting much mobility or much use of it, their arms were becoming like claws, and that was quite frightening. I was very, very lucky in that, although it's quite a rare one, I had one of the country's specialists in the hospital around the corner for where I stay, and he looked at all the questions, and went, I can assure you that none of this will happen. I think that the best option would be to wait because you are so young. It could cause more problems down the line. However, watch out, it may become arthritic, and eventually it revascularised, so the blood supply returned and it started to improve. So this wrist is like a bit thicker than the other one. It's always a little bit thicker, but now it's much thicker. I don't know why that is, it's just constantly like that. And until 2 years ago when I started this job, I didn't have any issues with my wrists like the entire decade and a bit since it healed itself. I think the fact that I type for a living like almost constantly now is possibly having an impact, so I've got to be careful with that, because I did have an issue last year where they just said it looks like tendinitis. So yeah, I mean the bone luckily they've cleared it and said it's not that, but I'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, that's where we are with that. I have started the healthy eating, exercising, and just trying to improve things. So I'll try and film a few more things today, so maybe the same makeup, different top, so that when I'm busy at work, if I can't film, I've got something to upload. So hopefully that'll be happening.